in the sense that when I talk about stars and popping off the television.
This is Klay Thompson, in my opinion.
What's that?
You may not run to the television at 7 p.m. to say, I need to watch Klay Thompson.
Okay.
But once you get in game and he hits a couple threes in a row, you're like, uh-oh, something serious is about to happen. And it becomes memorable. Then you're like, I don't think I've ever seen anything like that.
Was Derek Jeter a must-watch?
That's a great question.
Because I would say maybe not. Even, like, and again, what I'm saying, I'm not saying he's not great.
You're not running to the television to watch him, but once you got to the game, you're like, oh, this guy stands out. So that's kind of like Klay Thompson.
Exactly.
Like, once you get into the game, you're like, oh, this is different.
Yeah.
That shooting motion, the way he hits threes, that's just different. The off-the-ball movement, that's different. But you don't necessarily run to the television and say, oh, I'm going to watch Derek Jeter.
A-Rod was must-watch.
A-Rod, no matter what.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, when he got dropped to the 8th in the lineup against the Tigers in the playoff series, I was like, I still got to watch this.
Exactly.
Like, it's 100%. Like, A-Rod talks, and you're like, oh, gosh, A-Rod, what are you talking about? But you want to listen.
Big Papi and Manny Ramirez, to me, were must-watch. Yeah. Pedro Martinez was must-watch.
Manny Ramirez, to me, was must-watch.
Absolutely. Allen Iverson was must-watch.
And I'll tell you, I'll stop on Manny for a second, Shasky, because the mannerisms.
Oh, did he talk about
Manny being Manny. The dreads. Like, what about when he was...
Just the way he took it at bat.
Right. Even in Arizona, when he was done and he had a Cubs uniform, and you see him trying to hit Jackson, Arizona,
you're 99?
Like, dude, Manny's just...
I love
Manny
him.
being Manny.
My favorite, there's a video that circulates on the internet on YouTube where there's a play off the green monster, but more towards center field.
Right.
And he's the left fielder, and he cuts off the throw out of nowhere, and the announcers just start laughing. Manny had some wild, just some wild moments.
Ooh,
but he was must-watch.
There's a lot of good stuff here on the Comcast Business Text line. Wow.
Give it to me.
There's a lot here.
And like, what I want to know what makes up, because like we all know once we see it. Like Josh Allen, to me, like he's must watch. Is he going to implode? It's
Patrick Mahomes in the penthouse. If there's a penthouse for Steph Curry, Mahomes is in the other penthouse.
No doubt.
They got their own building.
The next tier down, you got a Josh Allen in there, right?
Derrick Henry from 415. Derrick Henry was must-watch for a little bit.
Absolutely.
You want to see him truck some dudes. You want to see him break 99-yard touchdowns.
Is it Nick Saban in that, even though he's not playing?
He's a coach.
Yeah, like you want to see what he does.
Harbaugh.
Michigan became must-watch. Even if Michigan was playing Iowa, I wanted to watch because what is Harbaugh going to do on the sideline? Saban and Harbaugh, that's a good call. Those are good calls right there. Altuve, 415, Jose Altuve.
Altuve's a good one. I mean, that whole team is must-watch.
He is a good must-watch.
Bregman, free agent next year.
Michael Vick was must-watch.
So it'll be perfect.
Yeah, exactly. Michael Vick was must-watch.
Michael Vick was must-watch. Cecil Fielder, Albert Bell, must-watch.
Yeah.
They were must-watch.
Absolutely.
Was Tim Duncan a must-watch for you guys?
No, he wasn't to me. Manu was. Manu did the...
Tony Parker?
Yeah, Manu to me was a must-watch player.
You know, Tim, for me... I get it. He didn't have that cachet.
He's in the Jeter category.
But he's one of those guys, when he got in the game, I'm like, they can't stop this guy. And it's amazing for me to watch. He could do whatever he wants on the floor. Big shot from 16 feet, cash. Low block, post up, baby jump hook. Wow. You can't stop the guy. How's he going to defend? Well, he was a great defender.
Yeah.
You couldn't do anything against Tim Duncan.
So, like, I'm looking at the Giants, and this started because we were talking about the Giants, right? This is how this whole conversation started. And I was telling Bonte, like, Matt Chapman's a really good player. I like the Matt Chapman signing. It's low risk. It's good value. They need defense. I don't categorize him as some must-watch player, though. They've been searching for a must-watch player for, like, 5 years now, ever since the Bryce Harper, didn't sign here. I look at someone like Manny Machado. And Manny Machado is must-watch because he could, like Draymond, I don't know what he's going to do. He could yell at an opponent. He could yell at a teammate. He might blow a stop sign. Like, he's kind of crazy. Yeah, and I want to watch him, but I don't know if he resonates that way with everybody.
Right.
But I look at that San Diego team. They've got Tatis and they've got Machado. They have two guys that they might not be better baseball players than some of the guys the Giants have, but they're must-watch.
We're going to watch them.
Exactly.
We're going to watch them. I see Mike Tyson was must-watch. All right, no, when it goes to boxing, Mike Tyson, Evander Holyfield, Riddick Bowe, Floyd Mayweather, and Manny Pacquiao.
I watched. I raised my hand. Yeah,
people watch Floyd Mayweather to lose, and we watch Manny Pacquiao to knock people out.
Absolutely.
And it's in a small frame. If Terrence Crawford fought more, he would be more must-watch, but he doesn't fight as much as those other two guys.
Let me give a guy that I criticize left and right, but I can't stop watching him, and it's not Luka. It's John Morant. John Morant is must-watch. He's fun.
Yeah, he's
just different. He plays the game different.
I'm not going to lie. I'm starting to love Luka because he cooks and he talks, and he's cut from a different cloth. And, I don't know what it is. I couldn't get with Hart and the dribble. And maybe it's because Hart was talking smack about the Warriors, and he's talking like he was so worried about individual accolades. Luka he smokes a cigarette, he takes his shots at Hitty, and he goes out there and drops 35, 11, and 10 on you.
Luka is definitely must-watch for a certain segment of fans. I don't think Jokic is. He's amazing.
I mean,
he's amazing. No one is questioning his skill. But I don't necessarily think it translates on the television, even though it looks different.
Did you guys see what Allen Iverson said about Luka?
No.
That he reminds him. If you looked at any player, a lot of people try to compare John Morant to Allen Iverson and Shaq, and I think it was Adam Lefkoe. I forget who does the podcast with Shaq.
Oh, yeah.
I'm messing his name. Maybe it was Jared Greenberg. But he said, I think Luka reminds me of myself the most when I would look at any other player.
Iverson said that?
Yeah.
Wow.
And he said, it's funny, he said, out of any other white player he's seen play, he said, Luka plays like a black guy. And he loved it. That was what Allen Iverson said.
Luka does have some gangster to him. He does. I mean, when he went at it with the Morris twins in the bubble, it was like, you're not going to punk me. Screw you guys. And then he hit the game winner, and he started talking to him. Or what about when they fell down 3-2 to the Phoenix Suns, and he goes, they talk now, they talk when they win. Let's see if they keep talking. And then they beat him by 30 in Game 7, and he's just smiling at Devin Booker during the dead ball like, yeah, what you got now? I got 25, and we're up 30. What's up? Luka to me is must-watch.
No, it's a good point. You and I, when we went to the training camp for the 49ers, you get onto that field, and you're like, if you're just watching, right? Wow, Fred Warner. Wow, Nick Bosa, right? Okay, that's one side.
Wow.
CMC.
Hold on. Wow, Trey Lance.
Yeah, well, we were wrong. But, Brock Purdy, CMC, Debo, Kittle. They have... You could go in a lot of different directions at a Niner practice on who you want to watch or when you're watching in the game. In basketball, I look at the Warriors and I go, Draymond and Steph, right? Those are Clay, yes, to a degree, but Draymond, Steph. And then I think Kuminga's on that cusp. I think he's just about to enter
Can Podziemski get there?
I think there's a lot of people that love Podziemski. I think he's a little behind Kuminga. But I think he's right. He's ascending. But I think we're a little too early, right? But Podziemski's a great example. It only takes a month or two for this fan base to love you.
No doubt.
And that's why I look at the Giants roster right now and I'm saying, can it be Jung-Hoo Lee? Can it be Luciano?
Right.
Can it be Matos? Can one of these guys break through?
Yeah.
I just think it's really hard.
No doubt about that.
It's really hard.
Let me read a couple here on YouTube here. Tiger Woods, must watch. There's no doubt. Got me into golf, must watch.
Absolutely.
Final round, he's in it. I'm watching.
Of course.
Jay LaFrey, Guru started arguing, must watch. That's pretty funny.
That's pretty good, actually.
Usain Bolt.
I'm out.
Usain Bolt was must watch.
Absolutely.
Michael Johnson, who went with the gold shoes. No doubt. Michael Johnson was must watch at some point. He was must watch.
Yeah.
Draymond Green and postgame shows must watch. Ozzie Smith.
That'll never go away.
Gary Sheffield.
You talking to me?
Gary Sheffield, King Griffey Jr., the Williams sisters.
Yes.
Djokovic, Alcaraz.
Yeah. Coco.
Tennis right now is on fire. Coco's really good.
Did you guys see that Netflix special? It was Nadal versus Alcaraz.
Who was that?
I don't know who. I think it was kind of an exhibition, but they were playing hard at times. But Sean McVay, Matt Stafford, and Cooper Kupp were all courtside there.
Really?
Interesting.
It was out in Vegas.
Yeah, that's good stuff right there. Alcaraz is must watch. The last U.S. Open, oh my gosh, the tennis that was being played there. Spinoni, I got some news for you.
Oh.
I'll be going to the U.S. Open for one of those early days. I'll be out there.
Flushing Meadows, Bonte?
I'm going to Flushing Meadows, baby. I told you guys know I love tennis. Spinoni knows I love me some tennis.
Gets muggy out there. And,
it gets muggy.
Late.
Hey, I text Spinoni on the side late at night.
And all his Lacoste gear.
Dude, hey, I'm rocking Nike gear. Oh,
I was rocking Lacoste sweaters. Hey, those Lacoste sweaters, I got a bunch of them. They're nice.
Do I got to go with a Lacoste shirt? Oh,
looking like Mac Dre and Mac Mall on the cover of the...
Of all the endorsements you can get, sports-wise, tennis you got the Rolex, You got Lacoste.
Dude,
no, it's pretty sick.
Perrier water.
Yeah, Perrier.
Dude, you get fitted up, man. Hey, Lacoste and pussy medals. What? Let's go to Dylan in Dublin. Dylan, what's happening? You're on the roast here on 95.7 The Game. What's up, Dylan?
All right, so must-watch TV. You got to go with the Giants, and I'm going to say this now. Jung-Ho Lee is going to be some must-watch
Why
TV.
do you say that?
You have him at the top. Because you got him at the top of the order with Tyro, with Lamont Nightwade Jr., and then you got Jorge Soler with Matt Chapman. I know he's not must-watch, but he's an everyday player you can throw out there and not worry about in that five-hole. So the Little Giants will be some must-watch TV this year. I guarantee that.
You guaranteed it, Dylan. What happens if they're not must-watch?
I like this.
What else, Dylan? You got? Wow, you're really confident in the Giants this year.
Why? I'm just curious.
Oh,
why?
yeah. If you want to have some, a must-watch player was Barry Bonds.
Of course. But why are you so optimistic? I know because I'm refreshed hearing this. So why are you so optimistic?
So if you have pitchers coming off healthy after their rehab in the middle of the season, you got a young core with Luciano Schmidt. I mean, to me, Patrick Bailey's a nice guy you can throw out there every single day.
Agreed.
You can, get him a nice rest on Sunday. I mean, Wilmer Flores, you don't got to worry about. J.D. Davis, you really don't got to worry about now that you got a third baseman. So the pitching, I think, can come around. Bob Melvin knows how to win, knows what he wants, and knows how to get it. So that's my take.
All right.
Good take. Good take.
B, I look at someone on the Giants right now, and I call him very Matt Cain-like in terms of how we view him. Matt Cain was a great ball player for the Giants. His record should have been way better than what it ended up being. He got no run support. Anybody that watched Matt Cain, 06, 07, 08, 09, 10, getting caned, losing 2-1 to the Padres, and, getting yanked in the 8th inning. Like, we all know. Logan Webb has a lot of the same qualities in terms of the grit and the toughness and the way he pitches. But I never thought Matt Cain resonated with the audience in the way that Lincecum did. Like, that was obvious.
It did.
And I just look at Logan Webb and I say to myself, great player. Want him on my team every single day. But he cannot be your must-watch player on a team. That's just not who he is. He's grit and grind and going to get you through. He's a 200-inning guy, but he's not a dude that brings that sex appeal to the television.
Yeah, no, he hasn't resonated yet, right? I mean, he does talk a little bit. He is unique.
No, he's a leader.
He's unique with his jersey number, wearing number 62. But he is a little more like Kay, where he's a little more reserved.
Exactly.
And, Lincecum was just, he was out there in the streets with the people. He was in the city. He took in the city. Like Cade, a lot of players, and I don't blame them for that. You go home, you be with your families or whatnot. Lincecum was out and about. And that resonated with San Francisco. He fit what San Francisco was about. The type of hippie vibe, smoking trees, and we embrace our weed here in the Bay Area. That's what it was all about.
I look at two guys in Giants lore who kind of stand above all the other pitchers in terms of how people talk about them. It's Juan Marichal and it's Tim Lincecum. And like for the people in the 60s, he's the winningest guy in the 60s, 260 games. I think he won or whatever, a zillion complete games. I mean, Juan Marichal is one of the great pitchers of all time. The fact that everyone still to this day is trying to replicate the way he pitched, the mannerisms, how he pitched. Lincecum similarly is like a tall tale because you didn't have televisions back then. And so, Lincecum Day was just different.
It was different.
I don't know. It's hard to be a pitcher. Like Verlander is a great player.
But I'm not sure. Sizzle.
He didn't resonate the way Pedro did.
Yeah, Pedro had that flair.
Absolutely.
Johan Santana had that flair.
Johan had that flair.
They said that swagger. You're coming off the mound, you're bouncing left and right. Fernando Valenzuela had that flair. Big Dog City coming in with what? Michael Phelps must watch in the Olympics.
Absolutely.
I'm with them.
20-something medals?
Right. You were just like, okay, how many more medals is going to rack
And
up?
I don't know anything about swimming.
Right, but we knew about Michael Phelps.
Absolutely. That's a great call.
We knew about Michael Phelps.